Let's head around the Inside Politics table, ask our great reporters, give you a sneak peek into their notebooks, get you out ahead of some big political news. Julie Pace.
One of the questions about the Supreme Court that Hillary Clinton did not get asked about in the final debate was whether she would renominate Merrick Garland if the Senate doesn't act on his nomination in the lame duck. And it's actually a pretty complicated question for Clinton and one she's been trying to avoid answering. The reality is that for a lot of Republicans, they don't have much of a problem with Garland as a jurist, and it's likely he could be fairly quickly confirmed next year. And for a new president, that sounds awfully appealing. But if Clinton wins, she is going to be constantly watching the left flank of her party. And there are a lot of people in that part of the Democratic Party who would like to see her move on a more liberal justice, particularly if Democrats have a majority in the Senate. So a simple question with a pretty complicated answer for Clinton.
A memo to the Clinton campaign press corps. Next time she comes back on that plane, maybe focus on that one a little bit. Jeff?
It's in my notebook to ask her. Hopefully we'll get a chance to. Hillary Clinton has been reaching out to Republicans more than we know, actually. I am told that she's been talking to Republican senators, old allies and new, saying that she is willing to work with them and govern. On the campaign trail, she clings very closely to President Obama. She needs him to win election, but she is also signaling she will be a different kind of president. She will work with them. So she wants to have an open door policy. She's having those conversations. Now she just has to win.
I bet those Republicans won't admit that before the election. Manu?
John, Paul Ryan has his hands full after the elections from the House Freedom Caucus. That's a group of conservatives who helped lead that charge against John Boehner several years ago and started his ouster last year. The House Freedom Caucus is now demanding to delay leadership elections that are scheduled to take place right after the elections. They want it to happen later in the lame duck session in order to see how Ryan deals with spending bill negotiations. But in addition to that, some of those members of the Freedom Caucus are not happy with Ryan's handling of Donald Trump. Some of those members threatening to vote against Paul Ryan if he were to run for Speaker again, assuming that he does. And this is a problem because in a new majority, if the House Republicans keep the majority, it'll be a smaller majority. There'll be fewer chances for Ryan to afford losing defections, more defections, harder for him to keep his job. But the question they haven't been able to answer, if not Ryan, then who?
Then who is a big issue, but the Republican civil strife will not end on Election Day. Jennifer?
The Trump Show, this reality TV series called Trump's Campaign Rallies, as this gets bleaker for him, his advance staff have been getting more and more creative. They did Gettysburg with all its American symbolism. They've been doing these big, neat hangar rallies that make the crowd gasp when his jet lands right in front of them. This week, they were supposed to have him land on the Space Shuttle runway, which would have really thrilled the Make America Great types. Florida Today newspaper reports that apparently has been scrubbed. So what that says is, maybe that's a new symbol for his campaign, but expect that campaign team to have some pretty neat TV in the closing weeks.
Try to keep the candidate happy with the crowd. We'll see how that one goes. I'll close with this. As we head deep into October, that's World Series and campaign crunch time, Republicans are looking for an Andrew Miller or an Aroldis Chapman, a good closer, to counter the deep bullpen being deployed by Hillary Clinton. As they watch Clinton and other Democrats get help from the Obamas, Vice President Biden, and Senate stars like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, Republicans in tough races are asking, who can help me? Well, Donald Trump is toxic in most of the competitive races, including the New Hampshire Senate contest we discussed a bit earlier. So can anyone rescue Kelly Ayotte? Well, John Kasich may soon give it a try. The Ohio governor ran second to Trump in the New Hampshire primary. Polls show most of his more moderate New Hampshire voters are not backing Trump, but many of them also not backing Ayotte. So there are conversations in New Hampshire about trying to bring Kasich up to campaign with Ayotte, perhaps get him to cut a late season ad. We'll see if he's got anything left on the fastball.